Hello and welcome to my dashboard presentation. I had to analyze a lot of raw data to present how the salespeople of a company were performing in the last 36 months. Thereby, I checked if the two main goals of the company were fulfilled. The first one was to increase the online sales by 20% each year, and their second goal was to increase their overall sales by 10% every year. Also, I looked at some other questions to figure out how the company was doing in general. You can see my objectives here on this layout mockup, which basically just summarizes the dashboard presentation you're going to see on the next slide. I gotta say that sometimes it was pretty hard to do the analysis because of missing data in the years 2009 and 2011. This is why I could only present the overall performance until May 2011. Then I could make some additional assumptions for the rest of the year to show where sales are going. Here you can see the actual presentation. Every chart represents one of the questions you have seen before on the layout mockup. And on the next 3 slides, I'm going to explain 3 of these charts more detailed. Here, for example, I looked at the performance of individual salespersons and wanted to know who sold which product best. With a pivot table, I figured out how many items of each product were sold by which salesperson. Then I created the chart you can see at the bottom and inserted a slicer so you can click on the product you're interested in, and then you can see the related sales. In this case, you see the overall sales of IMAX and the individual sales as percentages of total sales. I figured that the salesperson called Peacock sold most. So as a manager, I would make him focus on this field and conclude that others who did not sell as many IMAX should specify in selling another product. In another analysis, I wanted to find out if this year's sales developed compared to the ones last year. Since I didn't have enough data, I could only look at the first 5 months of the year and then make assumptions for the rest of it. So I calculated the difference between sales in every month in 2010 and 2011. Then I could see if it increased or decreased. Except for May, all months showed increased sales, which is very good for the company. And this increase can be seen in the chart, and more specific in the bubbles, which are kind of growing, and their sizes represent the change. So you can say the bigger the bubble is, the better the sales were. For example, in March this year, the sales were 224% compared to March last year. But due to the bad sales numbers in May, the trend for the entire year is dramatically going down. I think that this analysis is very important for the company to see where it is going and to realize that they have to change something right now. Last but not least, I looked at the total sales in the last 12 months. Therefore, and again with the help of a pivot table, I looked at the products and how often they were sold. In the stacked column chart, which you can see below the analysis, it got really clear that March 2011 was the overall top sales month. Also, you can see that the sales in 2011 in general were better than the year before. At least most of them. Furthermore, you can see that MacBooks and iPods were generally sold more often than iPads or iMacs. So the chart basically shows the relation of the individual products to total sales. And with the help of this, the company and the manager can plan more effectively how many items of each product they should produce each month in order to make a profit. So all in all, the company and its salespersons performed pretty good. Its income is mostly positive, which means that the company is making profits. But with the help of this dashboard presentation, they could adjust some processes and perform even better in the future.